Tonight, we will shine a spotlight on a well-respected researcher and professor here in Penn State's Meteorology and Atmospheric Sciences department. His name is Dr. Jerry Harrington. Harrington studied physics before getting his doctorate in atmospheric sciences from Colorado State University. During his time there, he had a love for severe weather, and this would eventually grow into a passion for the clouds.
By the time I was done studying the layered clouds, I realized, you know what, I don't want to do severe storms, I want to do this. And the reason why is I had to know something about everything, which was really attractive to me.
The passion for learning would be a driver for Harrington as he moved forward. His interest in the unknowns would be as well.
So what interests me the most about clouds is the fact that we've been studying them for so many years and there's still so many unanswered questions.
The questions were gaps in research for clouds in the negative temperatures.
Below -20, there was almost nothing. 2 published papers, that's it, 2. And so I got into this because I thought, well, we need to fill in those gaps.
These are gaps that Harrington and his colleagues continue to work through and fill in. One major thing that this all leads to is figuring out what in the atmosphere is working to create all of these shapes embedded in our favorite winter phenomenon.
If you go outside and you look at snowfall, just take a little microscope and look at the particles. There's all these different shapes, and something in the atmosphere is producing those shapes. So one of the things we've really been trying to do is find better ways to predict actually, literally, snowfall. The growth of dendritic crystals, those nice 6-arm branched, beautiful snowflakes that are classic.
The growth of these crystals, along with cloud processes, impacts us all on an everyday basis.
Of course, from a practical perspective, from the perspective of just everyday citizens, I mean, it's really what controls all the snowfall that we get and the precipitation.
This is a very important aspect for Harrington, being a numerical modeler at heart. This is where his deep understanding of the processes would play a huge role in advancements of these forecasting models. But this didn't come without some headaches.
And one of the things that was very frustrating to me as a person who was developing these kinds of models was that I didn't have any measurements, fundamental measurements, to tell me if the equations I was using were right or wrong.
With this research, Harrington was able to create equations to input into these models.
We've been able to develop newer theories that actually match the data better. And now what the hope is of course, is that that's going to improve the computer forecast models.
Improving models will greatly improve on everyday forecasting. This could also bring a better snowfall forecasting accuracy. The main way to make sure that research and theories are moving in the right direction is to do field studies. Harrington's first trip to the north was by far his favorite.
One field project that we were involved in that was instigated by me and my colleague Hans Verlinde in the Department of Meteorology was one looking at clouds in the Arctic. And you can imagine what happened. So we went out looking for a particular type of cloud, and we picked that month because it turned out that statistically that's when you see the clouds. So what do you think Mother Nature did? Well, she said, nope, the first week was sunny. we had almost nothing. But then we got exactly what we were looking for about a week, and we got these beautiful clouds over and over and over again. So it was highly successful.
That study is still used in the weather community today. Other than research, Harrington really enjoys spreading knowledge to students in any way that he can.
Teaching is one place where you can actually have a real impact on people on an everyday basis. And I didn't know that when I started, but it's one thing that it's one thing that still drives me, is I love the impact that you can have on other people.
Harrington takes pride in his teaching and will go out of his way to make sure that students fully understand concepts and material needed to advance the understanding of atmospheric science. This will be knowledge that will stick with the students for years to come.
So I see it as something that actually can have a real impact on a daily basis, which is why I love it and which is why I continue to do it. And it's why I value it a great deal.
Harrington's fascinating research on clouds and ice processes is impacting both the weather community and the younger generations of meteorology students at Penn State. His work is helping to evolve forecasting and may just bring a better understanding of the clouds within our reach. For Weather or Not, I'm Matt Yurosavik.